Hello and welcome to the second episode of the North American Sports Podcast. We are back again. I'm Michael, and I'm here with Justin and Leo. And I'm thinking today we start things off with some hockey. What do you guys say?
Oh yeah,
that sounds pretty good. Yeah.
All right. Well,
So I actually, just as it started, I just got a notification that the Los Angeles Kings just clinched a berth in the playoffs.
That's
so
disappointing.
I guess that's a pretty good segue into talking about who's in the playoffs.
Although the
and
Blackhawks,
who
the
clinched.
Blackhawks won, so that's actually huge for the Ducks. So that's actually a good thing. Although that meant that that had something good happen to the Kings, but I'll take it. All the Ducks have to do now is win, and they're in. So that's good news for me. So, all right, let's kick it off.
Cool. So yeah, I guess we can start by talking about which new teams did clinch in the past week. Leo, or you want to take that?
On who clinched in the last week here?
Yeah.
I think everybody clinched in the last week here, didn't they?
Well, officially, yeah, but I mean, teams like Nashville, Winnipeg, and Tampa Bay have clinched for a while, but I mean, they've officially clinched, I guess.
Well, didn't they just officially clinch as of Tuesday last week?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So every team that's in the
days.
playoffs right. Last couple of days, we're probably looking at your bottom few here, like Philadelphia. I guess LA just clinched here. Columbus, I think they clinched the playoff berth. Did they not? Yes. They did.
Okay.
They did. Columbus just clinched. Pittsburgh clinched.
Right. Yeah.
I know the Capitals just clinched. So a lot of big teams that you kind of knew that they were getting in.
Right.
But
It was just a matter of time.
it was just a matter of time. But now they're official. They're in. So that being said, it'll be interesting to see if New Jersey and Philly can hold on to their point race against Florida. God, if you lose to Florida, Justin, I know your team's Philly, and I'm going to laugh so hard if Florida kicks them out of this one.
I am calling it right now. You heard it here first that the Flyers will drop out of the playoff race to the Florida Panthers. I am making that assessment right now. That's my guess. As much as I want my team to make it, they're just too inconsistent. The goaltending isn't great.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody's too young. Other than your veterans like Drew and Voracek, Simmons, people like that, but you have a lot of young people like Konechny,
Right.
Provorov. I mean, Ghost is still pretty young. So it takes time for these people to develop. I just don't think it's going to happen. I mean, we played pretty good, but I don't know.
Well, I got a quick question for you guys here.
Yeah.
This is kind of to do with the playoffs, kind of not to do with the playoffs, but big news coming out of Vancouver with the Sedin sisters there.
That's right.
Retiring finally. Great players made huge leaps forward for the sport there.
Right.
But you kind of got to feel for Vancouver. Their two best players are now retiring, and they're sitting 26th in the league in points. They're not anywhere better than they were when they got them.
Well,
No.
I guess for them at least. I was just
Sorry,
say.
go
I
on.
mean, I was just say at least for them they'll it will free up some cap space, and like you said, they're going to be very bottom of the league, so at least they'll have some good draft picks for a while. So
Yeah.
But the Oilers had some good draft picks for a while.
well,
Look how well that.
I mean they hit on one, just the rest of them.
Oh, they finally got the right one.
Yeah.
They finally got a
got a guy that
generational
can
talent.
Yeah, they finally got a guy that can turn an entire team around by himself.
Well,
Like
kind of.
they made some big acquisitions with Larson and Talbot and Net there, but I mean like Talbot's starting to slow down because you can't play a goaltender 76 games out of the year and expect him to be a fresh to go for the playoffs.
No.
Like
No.
And he's already showing that he's getting tired. He can't do 70 games in a season.
I don't think many goaltenders can
No,
do 70 more plus games.
no, that's
So there's stuff like that, but like McDavid, like I mean, that's what is he, two seasons in a row now with 100 points. So
Yeah.
like, I mean, other than Crosby and maybe the Malkin, how many players have done that?
Yeah.
Like not many players can, sustain something like that.
well,
In today's NHL.
yeah. Well, as of now, Cam Talbot's played 65 games, so that's
Yeah,
that's a lot for a goaltender.
that's a lot. It's a big drop from his, what was it, 74 last year?
Yeah,
Yeah, he played a lot last year.
73 last year.
yeah.
Like he's playing a little less games this year, but you can tell that last year still had a big hit on him because he looked tired at the end of this season,
I mean,
and you could tell he was tired with like just the whole, like he doesn't want to lose, right? And with the talent that they have on that team, you'd think that they wouldn't, but
right.
Yeah.
but the Oilers can shock you in every way.
Yeah, for better or worse.
Especially when you give them a first round pick. God, they can shock you.
Yeah, fail
wow.
for nail, right?
Yep.
Yeah, great pick. He'll do wonders. And you guys are dead last one.
Oh,
Well,
another first round pick. Oh, we'll pick him up. Oh, no, he's still dead last. Okay.
yep.
Well, third time's a charm.
Yeah,
maybe
and
we'll
and the one time they got it right was because everyone thought of him as the clear-cut #1 overall pick, and he turned out to be a generational talent. That's
Yeah.
the only time they haven't screwed it up.
Yeah.
the Yakupon. Oh my god, what a waste of first round pick.
Well, to be
And that
fair,
worst thing about his numbers looked really good, but I mean,
yeah.
he just didn't, like, nobody was talking about him, like, and nobody was.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know, like, I can't remember who else was drafted that year, but I think I remember them, the draft class, and he was, like, I gotta find who else was in that one, because I remember them saying, like, some of the other names that were popping up were, like, Ryan Murray, Alex Galchenyuk, Morgan Riley, Cody Ceci,
Yep.
Oli Ada, like, listing these names off. Philippe Forsberg.
Hampus Lindholm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, all these great players, and you pick Yakupon.
Look at this, too. Oh, my God. Okay, 1 to 10. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 defensemen out of the 10 top players. And Edmonton didn't pick one of them.
Wow.
What did they need? Defensemen. And they go out and pick a whatever.
right winger.
Yeah. And
That
to be
numbers
fair,
were good. Didn't need offense. You had Hull, Eberle, and Nugent Hopkins.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you defense or a goaltender. I mean, Andre Vasilevsky, Jonas Korpisalo, Oscar Dansk, like, geez, all
yeah.
like Andre Vasilevsky. He's already proven that he's an elite goaltender, and like the other two are just up and coming all stars. Like, it's like, why did you need to pick?
Because they're the Oilers.
Yeah. I can't believe they passed up Corpusalo. Wow.
I can't believe they passed up Vasilevsky. Like, let's be honest there.
To be honest,
Frederick Anderson.
Yeah, that would have helped.
Clearly the best pick. Clearly the best of the bunch right now.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't really tell that at the time of the draft.
Yeah.
No,
So,
no, you
and-
can't. You look at some of the names that are popping up, and you just sit there like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, there's 10 between the top 10 European and North American skaters. Got like 10 defensemen, and you didn't pick one of them.
Yeah.
Half of the picks for defensemen, if you didn't pick one.
You know,
There's a 50 shot of you picking.
seeing Edmonton's failures, to be honest, I'm a little surprised they didn't screw up the McDavid draft.
That would have been funny. We picked Jack Eichel. What are you doing?
And a year later, Jack Eichel wants out of Edmonton.
Yeah, and Jack Eichel is going to Toronto, I guess.
Yeah.
That would be interesting, though. I wonder what Buffalo would look like with McDavid on it.
Probably a lot better.
Yeah.
Like, I know McDavid makes every team better, but, like, I don't know. On paper, Buffalo isn't terrible. Like, they shouldn't be as bad as they are, but
Right.
I don't know.
Well, you said the Dallas Stars. God, with all their acquisitions over like over that offseason with Radulov, Bishop, like all those big names or whatever, you spend big dollars bringing all those guys in, and then you you just crap the bed and you don't even make the playoffs. Like,
Which surprises me. That really surprises me with the offensive firepower that they have up front in Ben and Sagan. Like, and plus they got Klingberg back there. He's one of the top. I think he's in the top 3 top scoring defensemen in the league. I don't know. I don't know how they didn't do it. And Radulov's a good player. So I have no idea how. Yeah. I don't know.
it's just a lot of teams that they're already looking next year. Like, I mean, it's disappointing to see a team like the Oilers and the Stars that have players that are just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they're still somehow in the rebuild stage.
Well, I mean, last year Edmonton looked promising, and then this year they just took a ginormous step back, and it was just kind of a what happened.
Well, yeah, it's just. I don't know what happened. Like, they were making the playoffs and they were hopeful and they were doing well. And like Anaheim, they took Anaheim to 7 games.
Right. Yeah.
For God's sake. And I mean, that's an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah, that was a hell of a series too. So I mean, it wasn't you know. So I mean, they played the Ducks really well, and all of a sudden it's just Edmonton. They're not making the playoffs or near the bottom again. It's kind of confusing what happened.
Well, exactly. Just I don't know what happened.
I mean, not really much more you can say about it. It's just more of a what happened and wow.
Move forward.
You just have to be surprised with it. I mean, like, it's crazy sometimes the way things can happen with the amount of talent. Like, look at Washington's team last year and the year before. Like, those 2 years were like the years that Washington was going to take the cup, like,
and
hands
then
down.
The Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like,
In the second year. In the second round, sorry.
Yeah, the second round, yeah. Every year in the second round against the Penguins.
It's crazy.
Fail.
I mean, Ovechkin isn't my favorite player, but I think he still deserves to win a cup.
Yeah.
I mean...
Oh, well, he's definitely got enough goals to win the cup.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he just joined the 600-goal club, so...
And the crazy thing is, they were saying, like, if you do the math, I haven't done it in front of me right now, but if he plays until he's 40, and he consistently puts up, like, 45 goals seasons, he's going to reach Gretzky in goals.
Yeah.
He is that close to reaching Gretzky in goals that people are talking about it.
That's pretty crazy.
Well,
and that's...
Gretzky wasn't really a goal scorer.
So, with, like, if Ovechkin can keep this up, which I'm not sure he can as he gets older, because obviously in your mid to late 30s, that's when your decline starts to happen. I don't know. I think it's pretty crazy to think that Ovechkin could reach that 892. Like, I think that's pretty crazy, but that's just me personally. I think it's a huge. Yeah.
No, it definitely would.
I mean,
well, like, yeah, like, but I think what people are forgetting here is like, you can beat Gretzky's record here,
but you're not gonna beat Gretzky ever.
Like, let me just find out here. Age.
I mean, Ovechkin is one of the purest goal scorers I think the NHL's seen.
Right.
Since its existence. So, I mean, I'm glad he can do it, or it's possible, because I think he deserves it. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Ovechkin, but
why not?
I don't like his. I don't know. Like, to me, he just kind of sits by the circle and hangs out, and then he waits, and all of a sudden, boom, he gets a one-timer pass and it's in, which is great. But this year, I feel like he's been getting better.
Right.
I seen, or like the last couple of years, he's been like, he's getting tips.
Right.
For goals, like he's tipping them in, and like he's getting in front of the net, and he's scoring, and he can score from anywhere. That's not to take away from Ovechkin's like skill.
Right.
It's just you see, like I don't know. I'm not familiar with a lot of the captains in the league, but I know from experience with Giroux, and in no way am I saying he's the best captain ever, but when I'm watching Giroux on the ice, like I'm watching a person who's giving it 110%. Like every second he's on the ice.
Well, I feel like that's very very similar to Getzlaf in a way too. I mean, they have different play styles, but they're always they're always hustling. And I feel like Getzlaf is, if there's a goal on the first line for the Ducks, he's involved somehow.
Well, but Getzlaf is also good defensively. Drew's good defensively in his own way, I guess.
He's not that physical. He's not that physical force that Ryan Getzlaf is.
Yeah, he's not nearly as definitive, I guess, as Getzlaf is. Because Getzlaf is in the defensive third.
Drew's, you said, is Drew like 5'11" or so, or 6 foot, something like that?
Yeah, Drew, I believe, is 5'11" and 185 pounds.
And Getzlaf is like
to
6'4", and like 220, 230, something like that.
Yeah. So Getzlaf is definitely a presence.
Yeah.
Physically, defensively.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Yeah, they're both great captains.
For sure.
And yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's the main reason I don't like. We kind of got off on a tangent there, but I don't. Yeah. That's the one reason I don't really like Ovechkin. Like, I mean, I do. I think he's a great player. I'm not taking that away from him. It's just, I see him back checking. And, everybody's in the zone, it seems, and there's Ovechkin just gliding in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
He's not, and I understand he's not a defensive player, that's fine, but, like, the effort isn't there, is what bothers me.
It's like most goals go in, and he's not even in the defensive zone yet, or he went to take a sub change just randomly.
Yeah, and it's like, whereas... Like, if you see, like, Getzlaf and Giroux and people like that, they're in the defensive zone. When the goal goes in, they're almost always in the way, trying to get in the way of that shot. Like, they're right there. They're trying their best to prevent that goal. Whereas, like, Leo, you said, Ovechkin comes in the zone and it's already in the net. And he's just gliding into the zone.
Right.
And it's like... Okay, like, you can be a goal scorer, but, like, some effort would be nice. Like, and I mean, he does put effort into goal scoring.
Oh, of course he does.
Well, like it just seems like everybody else that goes, put some effort into defense, put some effort in offense. In the playoffs, you put extra into both.
Well, yeah.
Whereas Ovechkin, it looks like in the regular season, it's offense. defense is a little on the lackluster. And then in the playoffs, he picks it up, and it's like you shouldn't be only focusing on your defensive half of the game in the playoffs, because what that happens is what I've seen in the past years. Then all of a sudden, his offense takes a dip because now he's trying in the defensive zone, and then he's getting himself all tired out and can't get over to the offensive zone in time. He can't get to his little spot, and then it just fucking hurts him, or he just gets in the mindset, oh fuck, well, my bad, sorry, my language, my bad. But he he looks at it and goes Pittsburgh in the second round and goes, well, this is a loss, and then he just picks up I don't know, you'd think that he'd put in, he probably's leaving it all on the ice because he just seems like that type of a player, but at the same time, it's just kind of on the defensive half of thing, he's probably the worst defensive forward in the game.
He's definitely not winning a Selke anytime soon.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's nothing to take away from him. He's a fantastic player. It's just, some people are better. I don't know. I don't know what he's like in the locker room. I don't know what he's like on the ice talking to people, and those are both very important qualities of a captain as well.
Of course.
So I'm not saying he's a bad captain, but I'm saying if I'm on the bench and I'm watching my captain glide into the zone as the goal is scored, I mean, what is that showing me? Right? What kind of effort do I need to do? I can be just like him, and you know what I mean? And so, whereas if you see people that put their all every time they're in the zone trying to get that puck, they're fighting for that puck. They're trying their best to prevent that puck to go into the net. They're not caring about where am I going to break out next? How am I going to get my next offensive opportunity? They're just thinking, I don't want that puck to go in my net.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to do everything in my power to stop it.
Yeah.
And not worry about my own breakaway.
Yeah. The only time you should be worrying about that is if you either just got the puck or your player's about to get the puck.
Right.
Yeah, and then you make the break for it.
Then you make the break. You don't make the break and then be like, oh no, you lost it? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'll skate back, I guess. Just kidding, I'll glide back into the zone. Oh, it went in? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, we can't win games if you don't just give me the puck all the time.
Yeah, why aren't you guys feeding me that breakaway pass? Oh my god, guys. You guys even trying back there? Come on. I'm up here at half waiting for the puck.
Yeah.
And then he gets the puck. Oh no. Where's the guy to pass it to so I can get the one-timer back?
That guy's covering the top of my circle. What am I supposed to do now?
Play defense? No, guys. I'm going to get my breakaway. Bye.
That to the coach. Have a coach be like, Coach, what do I do if they're covering my spot?
Well, I don't know, Ovi. I guess you just stand there and look pretty. I don't know.
Yeah. It looks like you're gonna have to find something else. Are you kidding me? Are you see how that works?
Yeah, that's good. But in all seriousness, he is a very good goal scorer.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
And
goal scorer. Just no matter where he is on the ice, he can put that puck in the net.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think we spent enough time talking about Alex Ovechkin.
Well, I like
to might break a record.
Yeah.
I decided to say something kind of off topic, but I was just looking at the Blackhawks Blues final, and Duncan Keith scored with 9 seconds left to win the game for the Blackhawks.
And that's what the Ducks needed, right?
That's absolutely what they needed, yeah. So all the Ducks need is a win, and they're in.
And they're in.
It's against Minnesota.
Yeah, they're playing Minnesota.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
that's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
But I mean, hey, it's a playoff atmosphere, so this will be definitely a very good test for the Ducks. So we'll see.
Are they at home or are they away?
They are at home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw a stat out here, and just tell me what you guys think.
Okay.
William Karlsson is only 3 goals behind Alex Ovechkin for the goals in the NHL right now.
Wow.
Like, who saw that
William
one coming?
Carlson.
Yeah.
Like the guy that
William
scored like
Karlsson.
9 goals last year goes to
Yeah.
4 this year. I hope they like. All I know is if he's only got 1 year on his contract or something left, like I hope he does. I hope they don't just go and go. Oh man, he's definitely worth like $6 million a year and sign him to like a $6 million deal, and then
Yeah,
all of
no.
a sudden
That,
guys,
because
he's
that,
back to 9.
yeah. That's never backfired at all.
Yeah.
Ever,
Deep,
ever,
yeah,
ever.
true.
You know. Well, I was gonna point out more like football references, like
Yeah.
massive things going on, or like putting all your hopes in the Tebow,
Oh, Jesus. TiVo.
Yeah.
and then all you get is the Tebow Neal.
Yep.
Oh God, what a
All right. So,
So
what do you guys think about Eric Carlson and his move the other night in his last home game? He goes into the net, picks up the puck, puts it in his pants,
Yeah.
and walks off the ice.
last home game for the Senators for the season, but I mean that kind of looks like to me he might be done in Ottawa. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, we don't know for sure, but I mean, I've never really seen a player that is like, grabs a puck last home game of the regular season and just takes the puck unless they're retiring or they think they might be gone.
well. I wonder if losing their child
Oh yeah,
had
absolutely.
anything to do with that. Like that's got to affect your mindset, and then
Of course.
you come back and your team loses, and it's like you got to kind of think like to him, is he almost like hey guys, like obviously I'm not making a difference here because you guys can't win with me here, and you guys can't win without me here, so
Right.
like it's like
Another
what happens here? We're losing games, and it's just losing the kid. Unfortunately, kind of maybe set the tone for like, hey, maybe it's just time for me to go.
Right.
and another side is that he is unsure of what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So he took that as a memento.
Mm-hmm.
If he were to be traded,
Yeah.
because he might not know.
Right.
Right? Maybe they've talked. Maybe they already have a contract. Who knows? Like ready to sign. I don't know. But
Well, that's not really the look of I'm ready to stay for so and so more years. That's kind of a I want to take this as a memory of some sort.
yeah. So it's either he knows he's gone,
Right.
or he's unsure that he might be gone. So he wants to keep that in case because he might not know where he's going to be next year. Which I hope he stays in Ottawa because I think Ottawa needs him.
Right.
To be honest, he's a fantastic defenseman, player. I'll say that.
Certainly didn't need enough.
No.
No.
So
God, if you're going to talk about a definitive player on the team, enough all the way.
yeah,
Like just makes such a big difference. Definitely worth the $7 million or whatever they're
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
$7 million. Enough. Like, oh
Like-
my gosh. But yeah, I mean, I hope he stays. But yeah, like you said, Michael, it's just it's pretty. It's a sign. All right, so we've talked about hockey for quite a bit. So
Yeah. Just a little.
why
bit.
don't we just turn it over to the MLB?
All right. Sounds like a plan.
What do you guys think of the first season? Or the first week
First
of the
season.
regular season
What
is
is
what I meant. Sorry.
1890?
What do you guys think of the first seson, boys?
Well, that was about
a long
1890
time
something.
ago.
So I mean, I don't know. I wasn't really alive back then, unfortunately.
My bad.
No, you're good.
Seemed like
I
so
don't
long
know.
ago.
It's been nice having baseball back for sure. Although the Dodgers have not looked like the NL champions. They've looked awful, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, they
What's their biggest struggle?
hitting for sure. In the Dodgers' first two games, they allowed 2 runs and lost both of them. They lost.
Nice.
They lost 1-0 both games, and then in the next 2 games they won 5-0 and 9-0. So they outscored the San Francisco Giants 14-2 in a series and split the series. How does that happen?
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. 14-2, and they split the series.
Yeah.
How did those games turn out? What were the scores again? Sorry.
They lost 1-0 first 2 games, won 5-0, and then won 9-0. So they've had a couple games where their offenses look great, and it's looked like the Dodgers' offense we're used to. But
Yeah.
but then most of the other games it's just get completely shut down, and I
So
feel
you almost got a question. Who are they playing? Sorry. Again?
let's see. They played the San Francisco Giants, and then they're they just finished up a series with the Arizona Diamondbacks, where they got swept by the Diamondbacks.
They got swept by. Okay, so who? Sorry, it was the Giants that they outscored 14-2.
Yes, that was the Giants. Yeah.
So, like, you gotta look. Is the Giants pitching? Was their
No.
rotation just on point those 2 games, or were they just literally just missing and whiffing on
They're
everything?
just missing on everything. I mean, I'm gonna take a look real quick just to kind of show you how bad the Dodgers have been. So the starting lineup for today, I'm just gonna go through and just tell you guys like the batting averages. So Chris Taylor, who's our leadoff hitter, is hitting 222. Corey Seager, who's supposed to be one of the Dodgers' best hitters, is hitting 192. Yasiel Puig is hitting 178.9. Kike Hernandez is hitting 188. Yasmani Grandal surprisingly is hitting 350, which is really solid. And he's the only one that's actually really good because Matt Kemp's hitting 220. Logan Forsythe's hitting under 100. Kyle Farmer's hitting 0. Cody Bellinger's hitting 240. And, Austin Barnes is hitting 429. It's 162 games scheduled, but it's still concerning if, they don't get off to a hot start. But, I think they'll figure it out.
For sure. Hopefully. I mean, you got a team that should be doing a lot better.
Right.
Maybe this little struggle at the beginning will hopefully pan out
right.
to something a little bit better.
I don't know. I honestly feel like that they're really missing Justin Turner right now, who's their 3-hitter. I mean, he's their best hitter on the team for sure, and he's their. If it wasn't for Nolan Arenado in the NL West, Justin Turner would definitely have a Gold Glove, which is the award for the best defensive player at a position. And so they're going to be missing him a lot because, as an example, I believe it was the second night, Logan Forsythe was playing third base where Justin Turner usually plays, and he had 3 errors by himself.
Oh wow!
Oh,
yeah, it's not good.
No.
And then the next night when the Dodgers, what's up?
Like, just why? Like, do you think they're just having start of the season like jitters, or like? Or you think they're just joking?
In terms of Logan, he's usually a second baseman, so third base is definitely a new position for him. Because the next night when he went back to second, and I believe it was Farmer that played third base. Logan had a couple of really nice plays, and he looked a lot more comfortable. So I mean, I feel like it's a mixture of the early season, but also what's been a little bit concerning is the 2 players. In the first 2 games of the Dodgers-Giants series, the only 2 pitchers that gave up a run were Clayton Kershaw and Kenley Jansen.
Okay.
Kershaw's obviously thought as one of the best pitchers in baseball, and Kenley's, supposedly our best. He's our closer. He's the Dodgers' lockdown guy, but I think the more kind of frustrating thing to watch and kind of concerning thing is their fastball velocity, where I know Kenley Jansen's fastball usually sits at around 94, 95, maybe 96, and he's been at like 92, 93. So his fastball's
Okay.
slower. Kershaw's hasn't been great, and that's definitely been concerning. But I feel like as the season goes on, they'll obviously get better. I mean, they should be fine, but it's still not great when everyone's excited for opening day and you're hitting like this.
Well, yeah. Well, so here's a kind of not a struggle question, but like, how does it make you feel that the Angels are 5-2 then, and your team's just not doing great at all?
I mean, it doesn't really bother me because everything will pan out at the end. I mean, they're still the Angels.
Yeah, but Mike Trout,
Well, they've had Mike Trout for a number of years, and they've done nothing with him. So I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the Oilers had McDavid for 2 seasons, and they've seen 2 sides of a spectrum. So,
Well, that's a fair point, but I don't know. I think that at the end of the day, the Dodgers, they have a much tougher division than the Angels, and obviously Houston's in the same division as the Angels, but the Dodgers have the Rockies, the Diamondbacks, the Padres, who are rebuilding, but they look to be okay. I mean, not great, but then they have the Giants.
but the Yankees and the Astros and the Red Sox are in the Angels.
Well, no, that's a different. That's a league. Yankees and Red Sox are in the AL East, and then the Angels are in the AL West.
Same thing.
But not really,
So-
but okay.
So I have a story here that I just seen here.
Go for it.
So I remember you telling me about Stanton's
Right.
experience, how he got booed.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the next day?
Yeah, he hit a home run and then got cheered.
Yeah.
Welcome to New York.
Now, I think
Bothers
that's a good. I think the fans bother me, but I think that's a good response personally for him to do. Like,
yeah.
I know the fans, shouldn't be like that, but
Right.
like to get booed.
Yeah.
And what was it, his first 5 strikeout game of his
Yeah.
career? And get booed on your debut, and then your home debut, and then to come back and hit a 458 foot
Yeah.
home run, like just nailed it.
Yeah.
Just hammered it.
No, that was really cool, but New York fans are just they're something, that's for sure.
They're a
Worse than
different
Phillies
breed, kind of
fans?
like Philadelphia. I was just going to say they're like Phillies fans.
Except a little less violent. They just kind of shout at you.
Yeah. And
They don't threaten your life.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, and I think on the fan side of things, it's kind of not great. I mean, it's not. It's like Carey Price in hockey, like where he plays unreal all season, like
Yeah.
when he was like up for the Vezina, and he lets in 4 goals, and the whole arena is booing him.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you doing? Like, you have a Vezina candidate
Yeah.
on your home ice playing for your team, and you're booing him because he's having a bad game. That's what this reminds me of.
Right, yeah, for sure.
I mean, he comes in as a steal and an awesome player for the Yankees, and he has a bad game. Like, who knows what it was? Maybe it was the jitters, new team coming in. But this should be reassuring, I think. I mean, to be able to come in after that, after getting booed by a whole stadium, and to come in and just nail that and hit a 458 foot home run to show the crowd that, they're wrong. So I thought that was a pretty good story.
Yeah, that definitely was.
So, who do you think the best fan base is in MLB? Or are you just going to be biased and say it's the Dodgers?
Oh, God, it is not the Dodgers. Not even close. No, there are a lot of Dodger fans that I do not like. So, no, I'm not saying the Dodger fans.
That's fair. I know it's kind of a random question, so I don't expect you to have an answer prepared. I'm just kind of
definitely
curious.
not Miami fans, if there are any.
Hey,
If there are any. You can watch it.
Hey, name 3 players on the Marlins roster. Go ahead.
buddy,
That weren't traded.
this isn't
Anyway.
about that. Okay.
Okay.
This is about the fact that I have a team that I haven't really paid attention to in the last couple of years.
Precisely. All you know is they trade a bunch of their good players, and their best pitcher died. That's really all you know.
Well, yeah, like they were my favorite team at one point, but then I just kind of got out of baseball in general, right? So,
right. Well, yeah, I honestly,
all of a sudden, all I hear is they're trading all their players away, and their star pitcher died. And I'm like, oh, and here we go. So now, do I really want to get back into it again?
Yeah, it's fair.
Or do I just pick a new team?
Yeah, I don't know. I do think Houston has a very good fan base. I think I don't know. I might go with Houston. As an Dodger fan, they definitely have annoyed me, but I mean they're very passionate about their team, so I can't hate on that.
For sure.
I know. Well, Cubs fans they're very passionate. Man, I'm naming a bunch of teams I don't like, which kind of is upsetting to me, but that's really what I can think of.
That's good though. It means it's not biased, right?
Right.
Like it's good. It's good to see.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. I mean, it's really nice to see fan bases that support their teams. And like, what was it? Was it the Cubs that not too long ago just broke like a crazy long hex on getting a...
That was like 105 years, buddy.
Yeah, 105 years, and to still have a fan base.
Yeah.
After 105 years of not winning anything.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty good. Now that you mentioned the Cubs have a pretty good fan base, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, for sure. It was funny, though, because the Marlins, as bad as it seemed like their offseason was, I've been watching a fair amount of Marlins games because I do enjoy watching them. Well, I did. I don't know how much I'll enjoy it now. But I really enjoy watching Lewis Brinson play, he was actually one of the players that they got for Christian Yelich. And he's a center fielder, and he actually made a really nice play a couple days ago to save a game. And I think he struggled at the plate, but with the Stanton trade, it was they pretty much got nothing for Stanton. They got a lot more for Christian Yelich than they did Giancarlo Stanton, and Lewis Brinson was definitely one of the reasons why. So I feel like that kid has a bright future ahead of him, and I wish him nothing but the best. But now I hope the Marlins can. I hope Derek Jeter actually does know what he's doing, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Clearly not. I bet you anything is just going to other teams or whatever. Like, hey, can I have an upper management position that involves trading players? Yeah, sure. Okay, what's all your good players? Trade them to the Yankees for cheap.
Yeah, well, pretty much.
Come on, he's not worth anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Derek Jeter. Let's just say he's
for
not.
The Dodgers and Clayton Kershaw. Let's trade him
buddy,
for.
I don't need this.
Nothing.
I don't need this from you. Okay, please. I don't even want to think about Derek Jeter running my team's organization. That would hurt my soul.
Go to the Angels and be like, Mike Trout, trade him to the Angels for nothing.
Hey, yeah,
Perfect.
Derek Jeter, please go to the Angels and trade Mike Trout to the Dodgers. I would love nothing more than to see that. That'd be amazing.
No, he would trade him to the Yankees. Don't get
true.
carried away.
All right, well, well, I think we can finish up our episode for the night real quick. I just want to talk about Shohei Ohtani, who's seemingly taking the baseball by storm. Only it's been a little while, but he's for those of you who don't know, he's the guy in the Angels who signed from internationally, who is both a pitcher and a position player who hits. And I must say, he's he got his first career win a couple days ago, and and the next day he hit a home run. And actually today he just hit a home run off reigning AL Cy Young winner Corey Kluber. So he's I was a little skeptical when he first came out, but so far for the Angels, so good. But like a lot of people have done, though, I mean, you can start out hot, but I feel like a lot of the reasons why he's so good right now is because people don't really have a book on him. And once people kind of in any other sport, they kind of see what you do. They'll expose the parts you're weak at. They'll throw pitches where you aren't as strong. And I think it's only been a week, obviously, so we're not really sure what he is. But I feel like I think he'll be a good player. But no one really knows. So I feel like it's kind of an interesting idea of a player who both hits and pitches.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So just looking at the standings now, I'm just kind of curious. This wasn't prepared or anything. Is there any standings right now that are surprising you? Like any teams that are in first in their division that's really like standing out? Like, whoa, like they're not supposed to be there, or is everything kind of lining up? Other than the Dodgers,
Right?
not doing so hot.
Pirates.
The Pirates, yeah, that's the shocker right there. I mean, the Cubs are 2-3, which is shocking. I think the Mets, for one, the Mets are 4-1, and the Nationals are in third place in the division. With that, them and Atlanta are tied for second right now, which is very surprising. But again, I mean, I feel like it's the Dodgers one. I feel like that will eventually even out. But the Mets is surprising. The Pirates is very surprising. Boston, New York, that's not really surprising. Although the White Sox, that one's very interesting because I don't think a lot of people saw them being very good. And then, of course, you have Houston, who's 6-1 on top of the AL West. So again, that's not surprising at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there are a couple teams, right? But again, I feel like it's a lot of those teams are kind of it's the first week, and it will kind of all balance out, and it will kind of be what you expected. There might be a surprise here and there, but not too much.
Yeah.
So.
For sure. No worries. Yeah, I was just kind of curious.
Yeah, no worries.
See what your thoughts were on that. So, other than that, I don't know if you have anything else that you want to talk about. Or...
No, I think that wraps up our episode 2.